Good evening. It's 8 o'clock. The top headlines tonight. Well, the Congress president has just finished meeting Siddaramaiah. He met DK Shivakumar earlier this evening. Rahul Gandhi met Kharge earlier today. He's apparently backing Siddaramaiah. But Team DK says he wasn't told that Siddaramaiah will be Chief Minister by Mallikarjun Kharge. In fact, DK Shivakumar told Kharge he wants to be Chief Minister and the reasons why. The new Parliament's symbolic inauguration will coincide with the 9-year celebrations of the Modi government. The Grand Parliament opening is planned for 9-year celebrations. This as with the countdown to 9-year celebrations, 71,000 appointment letters for government jobs distributed virtually today by the Prime Minister. India's biggest ever drug haul off the Kochi coast. Over 2,500 kilos of drugs found, valued at 15,000 crores. This included huge quantities of methamphetamine and heroin seized in bags labelled basmati rice. India is now planning to do quality checks on all medicines meant for export. The quality check coming after complaints of lapses from countries and the WHO raising alarms. The quality test will be for all Indian-made medicines being sent abroad. The monsoon will be delayed slightly this year, says the Weather Department. The monsoon is now likely to hit the Kerala coast on the 4th of June. A new mobile tracking facility launched by the government today. If you've lost your mobile or had it stolen, here's how to find it. Artificial sweeteners, the bitter truth. It won't help you lose weight. Instead, cut the quantity of sugar. Using artificial sweeteners can cause diabetes and heart disease, says the World Health Organization. And when superstar Shahrukh Khan played a supporting role, he reveals all in a coffee table book launching on how Gauri Khan became a designer. Our lead story breaking tonight. Well, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has just finished meeting with the two Chief Minister hopefuls of Karnataka. Mr Siddaramaiah just left a few moments ago. Earlier, it was DK Shivakumar. Let's go across to you first. Ankit, tracking all the developments at Mr Kharge's residence. What's the latest?
Sonia, let me bring you up to speed with the latest piece of information that we are getting at this moment. No announcement on the name of the Chief Minister today. That is what the sources in the Congress party has confirmed to us. We have been told that the announcement will take place tomorrow. The party is still thinking whether it should be in Delhi or the announcement should be made in Bengaluru. That's what the party is still thinking. Now, to the next important thing, who could be the Chief Minister of Karnataka? At least officially no name will be announced tomorrow, but important leads coming in. Observers have told Mr Mallikarjun Kharge that Mr Siddaramaiah enjoys the maximum support as far as the MLAs are concerned, but Mr DK Shivakumar is not giving up his claim. In fact, in a meeting which lasted between Mr DK Shivakumar and Mr Mallikarjun Kharge for 45 minutes, Mr DK Shivakumar is believed to have told the party president that if he is not made the Chief Minister, he's okay with the third choice, but not Mr Siddaramaiah, who has always been powerful in the party ever since he has come into the party fold, becoming the Chief Minister and also the leader of opposition. Meanwhile, Mr Siddaramaiah's and Mr Kharge's meeting went on for more than 1 hour, 25 minutes. It was a very long meeting. There were a few MLAs, those who had also come here with Mr Siddaramaiah, but it was a one-on-one meeting with the party president who hails from Karnataka, understands the caste dynamics and the equations as far as the leaders are concerned. I'm also being told by party sources that there is at this moment, despite a letter being written by the Lingayat community demanding a chief minister from their party, some supporters of G. Parmeshwara wanting him to be the chief minister, only two names in contention, that is DK Shivakumar and Mr Siddaramaiah. The party top brass also has expressed, there was a meeting of Mr Rahul Gandhi, KC Venugopal at this residence of Mr Mallikarjun Kharge in the afternoon as well. They also seem to have gone with the theory that whosoever has the maximum numbers should be made the chief minister. But what could be that formula where DK Shivakumar is not left unhappy? That is something that Mr Mallikarjun Kharge is now trying to find out.
Right, and in fact, it's interesting. You look at those pictures on the screen right now. It really is the Congress's three tallest Karnataka leaders. So in that sense, Mr. Kharge having much more political clout because, of course, besides being the Congress president, he's also from Karnataka. So he knows the state intimately. But DKS, the youngest there at 61, showing that he doesn't want to wait and he feels the time for that generational change in the Congress is now. So Sunil, over to you, because of course you got that big exclusive with DK Shivakumar yesterday where he made his displeasure very, very clear, at first saying he's not coming to Delhi, then coming tonight, coming today, and making it very clear to Mr. Kharge that he's not willing to just let it be handed over to Mr. Siddaramaiah. So this option that Ankit is saying that he's saying anyone else against Siddaramaiah, except Siddaramaiah as Chief Minister, is that a possible alternative, that it will be a third candidate, or as Ankit saying it's just these two and the Congress High Command will decide?
Well, I think, Sonia, firstly, I must say I spoke to the observers and they are quite clear. One, that they have that Mr. Siddaramaiah may have the numbers, but Mr. DK Shivakumar is not giving up without a fight. He's quite categorical. He's worked hard for the party, and it's his time now to be rewarded. About a third option, he has not said that. He's still very determined that's only him that should be rewarded, and within the rank and file in Karnataka, most of those Congress workers have been quite categorical that he should be given that job. About that decision, to be taken and the announcement, please remember it is the Congress Legislative Party which will formally, have a meeting and unanimously decide who the Chief Minister will be. Of course, it will be cleared by the Congress High Command, and the observers as well as the General Secretary in charge will be there present when this announcement will take place. It all depends whether Mr. DK Shivakumar relents. At this present juncture, as of 8 o'clock, he hasn't still given up and he will continue to contest for that top post. Numbers
but
or no
just
numbers.
Take that point, when you're saying that you spoke to observers and the majority of the MLAs are with Mr. Siddaramaiah, then on what basis can Mr. Shivakumar say that he should be Chief Minister? In fact, it's interesting because that's the argument in Rajasthan also, right? Because where Mr. Gauri said that the MLAs are with me, why should a younger challenger get the top post? So on what basis is Mr. Shivakumar claiming top post if the majority of MLAs are with Mr. Siddaramaiah?
Well, it's more complex than that because here you have the numbers, and there have been various occasions in the Congress party where even if you don't have the numbers, the High Command, especially when you have a massive mandate, can look at a long run. Mr. DK Shivakumar has been saying that he brought the party to power. He's worked tirelessly and been working day and night to bring the party to where it is, and he believes that somewhere down the line the party needs to reward him. Numbers or no numbers, and these numbers, if you've seen the dossier that they have given to the Congress High Command, they have put their view across. Yes, Mr. Siddaramaiah has been more popular. Everybody concedes that. He's been a person who has been requested to, campaign across the state. But at this present juncture, they want to really find a way forward, and that will be really requires Mr. DK Shivakumar to relent, because they can't go ahead with this decision with him, not agreeing to this current formula, Deputy Chief Minister or not, and then whatever the plum portfolios that he gets. These are issues that have to be, put in perspective. Just to make one more point clear, there are only two of them. No other people who are in the contest for the top job, and we'll have to wait and see how they, accommodate the Lingayats, the Dalits, the various other factions within Karnataka, who all have to be represented in that state if they have to be in the reckoning for the 2024, because that's the uppermost thing in the Congress leadership's mind, to go from one to a much more respectable figure, because there are 28 Lok Sabha seats which are in contest in the
key for 2024. So I want to bring Ankit in on that, because Ankit, of course, really when we're talking about the High Command, now that is a slightly larger than it normally is, because of course you've got Mr. Kharge as a Congress president carrying a lot of weight because it's his home state. He's a stalwart here, knows the state like the back of his hand. You also have Rahul Gandhi and his advisors and the key strategist also who helped them in the elections. And you also have Sonia Gandhi. And you notice that DK Shivakumar has kept taking her name, that Sonia Gandhi, I promised Sonia Gandhi, this win is for Sonia Gandhi. So what is and Randeep Surjewala, of course, the General Secretary of the State, with his opinion. So what are the various views being formed? And obviously the Congress making very clear they want a consensus. They're saying it's only been 2 days. So, many parties have taken much longer. There's no hurry, but we want a consensus on the next Chief Minister.
I think that's very important for the Congress party to send across a message that everybody is on board. They do not want, after a massive mandate, already murmurs about the dissent in the Congress party, as you were talking about the Congress leadership as well. And this tells you how complex this entire exercise is, because even within the top brass of the Congress party, what sources are telling us that Mr. Rahul Gandhi and KC Venugopal did reiterate in the meeting with Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge that the norm is that whosoever has the maximum support of the MLA should be made the Chief Minister, and they were indicating or leaning towards Mr. Siddaramaiah. Meanwhile, the Congress President himself enjoys a much better relationship as far as DK Shivakumar is concerned. So that consideration, his relationship with Siddaramaiah, because remember, both of them at one point of time were contemporaries, were competitors for the top job in Karnataka, and it was at one junction in 2013 that Mr. Siddaramaiah edged Mr. Kharge out of that race of the Chief Ministership. Meanwhile, Sonia Gandhi is seen as somebody who has a real liking as far as the functioning and the way Mr. DK Shivakumar has worked. Mr. Shivakumar keeps talking about the blessing that he has of Ms. Sonia Gandhi. So all those factors will be taken in account. Randeep Singh Surjewala, we have been told in a meeting when he was asked, has so far not put his stamp of approval or weight behind either Mr. Shivakumar or Mr. Siddaramaiah. He stands neutral as far as the Congress's leadership is concerned. So within the Congress leadership as well, there are divergent views, and now the party and Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, that is where his job is, slightly difficult and the task cut out. He has to manage and find a balance between the aspirations and, of course, the most immediate factor, the future of the Congress party in the state of Karnataka. As Sunil was saying, the 6th largest chunk of the Lok Sabha votes come from Karnataka, where Congress only has one sitting MP. That is the brother of Mr. DK Shivakumar.
Right. Thanks so much, Ankit. Sunil, we'll keep tracking that story on who will be Chief Minister. Well, it's probably the Congress is happy they're in a position to choose the Chief Minister, but the BJP, of course, making the point that look at the confusion within the Congress saying that's okay, and pointing to other states where the BJP faced the same. Meanwhile, the BJP's big focus now is on how to make the 9-year celebrations of the Modi government as grand and impactful as possible. So here's the big reveal that India's new parliament building will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister to coincide with the 9th anniversary. This will be a symbolic inauguration. The actual parliament will open for business only in a later session this year. Also today, the Prime Minister virtually distributed appointment letters for government jobs of 71,000 jobs, again coinciding with the date of the poll victory of the Modi government 9 years ago.
The 9-year celebrations of Modi government are expected to begin with a bang. India's new parliament building, built at a cost of 970 crore rupees, is almost ready and is likely to be symbolically inaugurated later this month by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The building is likely to be used only in a few months. Apart from new projects, the 9-year celebrations are also focusing on old promises, including the emotive issue of government jobs for youth.
3-4 वर्षों में ही भारत में 80,000 करोड़ रुपए के सामान का एक्सपोर्ट करने लगेगी। हमारे जो युवा लॉजिस्टिक्स और सप्लाई चेन सेक्टर में काम करना चाहते हैं, ये इनके लिए बहुत बड़ी खबर है। सिस्को के सीईओ ने भी अपनी भारत यात्रा के दौरान मुझे बताया कि वो भारत में बने 8,000 करोड़ रुपए के प्रोडक्ट्स के एक्सपोर्ट का लक्ष्य लेकर चल रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister will also launch a month-long contact program starting May 30th with 2 back-to-back rallies. Public meetings by BJP ministers and MPs will then be held in 396 Lok Sabha seats. With Megha Prasad, Sneha Koshri for NDTV.
Well, the other big headline, the biggest ever narcotics drug seizure in the country, has all the makings of a spy thriller. A 3-month operation with actionable intelligence inputs and multiple agencies, teams that stayed at sea for 40 days to track down a mothership which was carrying over 2,500 kilos of drugs. The value estimate 15,000 crores.
134 bags containing 2,525 kg of methamphetamine has been seized in a joint operation of the Narcotics Control Bureau and Indian Navy from a mothership off the Kochi coast on Saturday. This is the biggest narcotic drug seizure in India. The highly addictive recreational drug is said to be in its purest crystal form and has been valued at 15,000 crore rupees.
पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है कि हमने मदरशिप को पकड़ा है और मदरशिप बिकॉज ये मदरशिप जो है वो बहुत बड़ा लोड लेकर ड्रग का लोड लेकर चलती है तो करीब 2 टन 3 टन 4 टन ड्रग निकलता है.
A 29-year-old Pakistani national suspected to be part of Pakistan's notorious Haji Salim drug cartel has been arrested. The contraband was meant for supply to India, Sri Lanka, Maldives and possibly even Australia. This is the third major seizure after the launch of Operation Samudragupta in January 2022 to combat narcotic drug smuggling over the Indian Ocean region that poses a national threat as well, as drug money is known to fund agencies like ISI and terror activities. The danger originates in the Golden Crescent, also called the Danger Crescent, Iran, Afghanistan and Pakistan, from where through maritime and other routes the drug comes to India. The coast of Tamil Nadu and Kerala particularly vulnerable, from where it can move to Sri Lanka and Maldives and then the rest of the world. The modus operandi is that drugs are manufactured in Afghanistan and brought to Pakistan and are subsequently loaded from ports of Pakistan or Iran. So far, 3,200 kg of methamphetamine, 500 kg of heroin, 529 kg of hashish valued at over 40,000 crore rupees has been seized. As part of India's leadership in maritime security of region, intelligence inputs shared with Sri Lanka and Maldives have also resulted in seizures. With Mukesh Singh Singar, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
In other news, the centre is now planning to check all India-made medicines before export. There will be a quality check for privately manufactured indigenous drugs. This comes after a series of recent incidents. In October last year, when an India-made cough syrup was linked to 70 deaths of children in Gambia, the WHO flagged this as well. And then Uzbekistan in December, linking deaths of 17 children with Indian cough syrup. In February this year, a US study claimed that an Indian-made eye drop had caused a bacterial outbreak which had led to some deaths as well. After this, the centre planning tough new measures which will change drug regulation in India. Well, one of the other stories trending today is the new World Health Organization's warning against artificial sweeteners. They say don't use it to diet, just cut the quantity of sugar, use instead, because these artificial sweeteners come with health risks.
Consumers who opt for diet products such as sugar-free sodas might not be doing themselves any favors, according to the latest guidelines published by the World Health Organization. These alternatives to sugar, when consumed long-term, do not serve to reduce body fat in either adults or children, the WHO has said in a recommendation, adding that continued consumption could increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease and mortality in adults. It recommends that people avoid non-sugar sweeteners like aspartame or stevia to lose weight or prevent diet-related diseases such as type 2 diabetes. Instead, they should consider eating foods with naturally occurring sugars such as fruit, as well as unsweetened foods and drinks, is what the WHO has emphasized. They've also added that the recommendation is based on long-term observational studies which found that people who consume sugar alternatives were at higher risk of obesity and cardiovascular diseases. But it's crucial to note, however, the World Health Organization also noted that in short-term randomized clinical trials, sweeteners were linked to weight loss when compared with people consuming sugar. The recommendation came with a caveat that it was based on a low level of certainty. One possible confounding effect could be that people who eat and drink food products that contain sweeteners could be more at risk for obesity or diabetes in the first place and be using them to control their weight gain. However, The WHO has also noted that studies continue to find a link between non-sugar sweeteners and negative health effects, even when controlling for this possibility. On the flip side, though, there are many who argue that if you look at what's driving chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes and obesity, sugar is not always the only factor. The WHO therefore says its recommendation is currently considered conditional. But how does this directly impact us? Well, the recommendation from the WHO does not directly affect any individual country's policy. The US Food and Drug Administration, for example, might take this guidance into account and institute its own concerns or tweak labeling. But under no circumstance is it an obligation to do so. Also, this recommendation doesn't extend as far as personal care and hygiene products that include artificial sugars are concerned. This could be toothpaste, skin creams, or even medication. It also doesn't include low-calorie sugars and sugar alcohols, which, as you know, come from sugar itself. But relying on the latest guidelines published by the World Health Organization, you might want to rethink that diet soda.
Well, a quick look at other news. The Weather Department has said that the monsoon onset in Kerala will be slightly delayed. The forecast suggests that now the monsoon will hit the coast of Kerala on the 4th of June instead of the 31st of May or 1st June, which is its normal arrival date, with a possible error of around 4 days. Today, India has launched its pilot project on how to track lost or stolen mobiles. It was launched by the Telecom Minister and it's finally ready to be rolled out. Arun has the details.
No more lost or stolen phones. At least that's what the claim is. The government is bringing a pan-India mobile tracking system which is called CEIR. But what is it? How will it work? In this video in just a minute. CEIR is Central Equipment Identity Register. The system is being rolled out from May 17th. Center for Department of Telematics, that's CDOT, is launching it and is already successful in pilot stages in regions like Delhi, Maharashtra, Karnataka and the Northeast. Now, how does it work? The government has made it mandatory to disclose IMEI of mobile devices before their sale in India. IMEI is a 15-digit unique numeric identifier of mobile devices. Now, once a phone goes missing or is stolen, CEIR will be able to track via IMEI number. Now, when you report your phone missing, CEIR will block your IMEI to be used by another number that is not linked to your IMEI number. Another common practice is that miscreants change IMEI number of stolen mobile phones, which prevents tracking and blocking of such handsets. But now CEIR will be able to block any cloned mobile phones on the network with the help of various databases, said Rajkumar Upadhyay, who is CDOT CEO. Now, the system has been designed to discourage mobile phone theft. Recently, Karnataka police recovered and handed over more than 2,500 lost mobile phones to their owners using the CEIR system.
And as we end tonight, here's the untold story of Shahrukh and Gauri Khan's dream home Mannat. It's rare for superstar Shahrukh to play a supporting role, but here he was a perfect husband at the launch of Gauri Khan's coffee table book on how she became a designer. And here's how it all started.
Reminiscing over 30-year-old journey of togetherness, King of Bollywood, Shahrukh Khan was all praise for his wife Gauri Khan at her book, My Life in Design in Mumbai.
I think Gauri started mid-40s. 40, okay, only 40. She's 37 now. In our family, we age backwards. And she worked it all out on her own and continued doing what she does. And when I asked her now, years later, because she is genuinely the busiest person in the house now.
One of Mumbai's most famous landmarks, Mannat, Gauri and Shahrukh Khan's sprawling bungalow, has a fascinating backstory of how it was purchased and designed.
We had not too much money, so as soon as we mustered up some money, we said we'll go and buy this bungalow. And then we didn't have money to furnish it. And of course we called one designer. The lunch that he served us, telling us how he'll design this house, was way more than the salary I used to earn in a month. And then the only person to turn was, I said, listen Gauri, you have little artistic talent, why don't you become the designer of the house? So actually Mannat started like that. So whatever little monies we earned over years, we kept on buying small things.
Mannat is a mix of both vintage and classic. A 6-story mansion that is spread across 27,000 square feet. Shahrukh Khan purchased it for 13 crore rupees in 2001. Its current evaluation stands at 200 crore rupees.
Home design should be a reflection of the people living in it.
While Gauri Khan's first big project, designing her own home, Mannat, took her a decade, she later designed homes for stars like Ranbir Kapoor, Karan Johar, Alia Bhatt and many others. With Divya Vadhwa, Sneha Koshi for NDTV.